All right, I'm hoping I'm broadcasting. And here I am. I hope people show up actually so that they can see, who I am and what I do and what my book is all about. So for those who don't know me, my name is Pierre Roustan. I am the author of The Cane Letters. It will be debuting on the market on the 18th of December, and it is a horror thriller book. And hopefully we got some people showing up.
As long as you can. Why pay for insurance if mom and dad has good coverage? Yeah, I just missed the cutoff. Yeah, I got it.
Hello.
Hello.
I see someone has joined. Ah, there you are. Who are you, beautiful lady?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Who are you, beautiful lady?
Good.
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? Who am I? I would be your wife. Yes. Chris.
So that's the first one on this Google Hangout. I'm hoping some more people show up. This is so new to me. I hear something. What the heck was that? Oh, that's the notifications. Anyone else there? So, well, anyway, I got one person who's on the Hangout. I'm sure my wife already knows who I am. I've already introduced myself.
Can't hear anything.
What was that? My name is Pierre, and I am the writer of the Cane Letters, which is coming out in 2015. And yes, on the day Star Wars premieres. Official Hangout. See who I am. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask me anything you want, anything you'd like to know, anything you'd like to know about the book, anything at all. And any participants will get 2 free gifts. And you probably already know what one of them are, but the other one I'm not going to reveal until later. So, why is that thing off? Oh, no. All right. Well, anyway, all right. I think I'm just going to basically talk, and whoever shows up, if there are any questions, that'd be fantastic. Anyone can show up whenever they can. But I started writing when I was a child. I was a mere child, about 7 or 8 years old. And I started writing short stories and then novels when I was in grade school, about seventh grade. I got into horror and thrillers, supernatural, paranormal, dark fantasy at a very, very young age as well. And I enjoyed it thoroughly, especially read it. Some of my favorite books were Terry Goodkind, Terry Brooks, J.R.R. Tolkien, of course, and my beloved Stephen King, who I loved dearly. Uh, the Cane Letters was not actually my first book, but it is my first published book. And it actually originally debuted back in 2009. I'm re-releasing it because I have a third as well and a second that was also published. The third was never published, so I was given an opportunity to basically publish my books again. So I'm publishing the first 2 books, and then the third one will debut for the very first time, and then there will also be a fourth. And plus, I have other projects available that I will be working on as a novelist, and they will be going on sale all over, and hopefully there will be print available as well. So that is basically the extent of my work. I've been compared to Stephen King. I've also been compared to a lot of dark fantasy along the lines of the Da Vinci Code. So religious thrillers are definitely my cup of tea, and a lot of twisted horror. So Twisted Twins, I'm speaking to you because a lot of what you've done is very much my cup of tea as well. And you'd see it in my work. It's very, very disturbing, gripping, humanistic, and godly all at the same time. A lot of my work is like that. And a lot of my projects are very high concept and very inventive, I guess I could say. So that's kind of the breakdown of me. So I'm hoping I have some people, join. A lot of people said that they were working. Some said that they'd be able to make it. So hopefully they do. Oh, there you are again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you're there.
Yep, still here. Trying to figure out how to link, the on-air Hangout. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Oh, that's cool. One person watching. That's weird. I hear something. What is that I hear?
Do what?
I hear something in the background.
Oh,
Someone else is on the call. I don't know who though. Two people watching now. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, turn call. All right, I think I had it figured out there. That's interesting. While I broadcast, I can actually watch myself while I record, except it, records me recording myself.
okay.
Oh, I can't go away from the wireless too far. For a moment there, I had someone actually join, but I'm not sure.
So why don't you talk about your book?
I already did, but I can repeat it again. The book is the first book in a 4-part series.
It is. Is it today?
And it is a vampire novel, obviously. It's very much along the lines of, Anita Blake meets Indiana Jones, meets Dracula, meets the historian, and meets the Matrix. So it's very technical and very action thriller type story, along with some religious overtones and spiritual overtones as well. It revolves around the story of Cain and Abel, and I utilize a lot of religious mythology throughout the story. And I've built an entire world behind it, and it's going to be a 4-book series. I've already written the first 3, and I need to write the 4th. But the first 2 were originally published back in 2009 and 2010. I'm re-releasing them, and then I'm going to be releasing book 3 next year. So that's kind of the breakdown. Let's see if I can have someone else show up.
So you should talk about some of the characters in your book.
The main character is this, wonderful lady, with a chip on her shoulder. Her name is Alexandra Glade, and she is the leader of her team of hunters known as the Berit Lochem, which is Hebrew for Divine Covenant. They were a team of hunters that were banded together during the book of Genesis when the great warrior Nimrod basically ruled the land and created the Tower of Babylon. And their goal, their business, was to hunt down evil. Not necessarily people who were evil, but just evil in general. That was their duty That was their calling. Um, they were also known as the warriors of the three Trinity lines, because they had three lines carved into their skin. They hunted anything evil, and yes, that included vampires. The book centers around a manuscript, and of course, you would know that the manuscript is called Cain Letters. Documents the history that has been untold of whatever happened to Cain after Cain murdered Abel, his brother. It has been said by the Vampire Nation that Cain was the father of the damned because he was the first murderer ever in humanity. He apparently struck a deal with the devil, became the very first undead. It turns out there are two vampires that are looking for the book because they want that same kind of power. Alexandra is forced to be in this mission to discover the book and perhaps discover these two vampires that are looking for them. And they are master vampires. They're not revenants running around, trying to suck any kind of blood they can out of anybody. They are devilish and they're deadly. I can't go into that much more detail about the book, but that's kind of just the general idea. It's very much a cat and mouse chase. And unfortunately,
some of your other characters?
facing a quandary, a moral question of whether or not to save Cain or destroy Cain. That involves a lot of religious implications. It questions her morality, and it questions her duty as a hunter as well. But her choice at the very end of the book spurs on the next three books. Of course, the fourth will be the conclusion. So that pretty much sums it up.
Okay.
Trying to see if there's anyone else that can show up. Once I figure out how to do this. And it's so good that I can hear you just very clearly. It works really well over here, at least. Sorry, I'm listening to music out here in the hall.
Do what?
I'm listening to music out here in the hall.
Oh.
Let's try this person. Okay, one more. Just now. Yeah, I'm trying. It's so hard to do this. So far, my wife is the only one that's actually been on. I'm still not entirely positive on how to do this. Huh? It's a Hangout on area, which thankfully I can edit it out. Edit anything that is like dead air. So there's my wife. I have a feeling that, she can't see me.
I can see now. You froze.
Zero watching. Okay. Okay, I see that. Yeah, already in the call. All right, let's see if I can go back into the office and I'll just set my phone. Yep, I can. There we go. Okay. All right, since it's just you and me, beautiful, why don't you tell me why you love the book so much?
Oh, that's not fair. I'm not good at putting things into word. You know this. This is why I go to you for this stuff.
You are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a very good storyline. There's a lot of twists and turns in it, and it's just a good book in general. I mean, it holds your attention. You want to keep reading. You want to find out what the next thing is. seeing as how I've got one up on everybody and have read all three of the books.
Yes, you have.
Um, I love I love the character. I love Alexandria. Um, she's got a what's that word I'm looking for?
She vicious.
Yeah, she's got a mean side to her,
Yeah,
but
mean streak.
yeah, she's got a mean side. She's mean in a good way though.
Mean in a good way.
Yeah, mean in a good way.
She's mean in a good way.
Yeah, thanks, dear. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I mean that's about as much as you're gonna get out of me because I can't explain it. Um,
It's indescribable.
it is indescribable. It's that good.
It's that good. Oh my God, she's just painting a Valentine for me. Let's see, do I already have this loading up here? I do. Okay. Yes. All right. Oh, that's wild. I have it live on YouTube right now, so I'm seeing you on my phone and YouTube. I'm so glad I can actually edit this out. As I get more used to this, I'm going to do this more often. I think I got this nailed down.
Well, that's good.
Yep. Well, here's my office. Let's walk you around. I work with a bunch of other, people, while I write books and do work. That's my TV. There we go. Hard to believe a horror author works, in this kind of setting. Yes. And this person is not an author. She just works here. She works on a computer.
I like her sweatshirt.
You like her sweatshirt? Yes.
Yes.
It's got a lot of bones, skull and bones. A skull and bones. And this is a file cabinet. I know, it's scary, just like, how I write horror books.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. These are other people who I don't really get to talk to much at all. They just do their job. I do mine.
What are you doing? You showing your wife what's going on?
No, I'm broadcasting live.
Oh, Lord.
All them ladies are gonna beat you up now.
They're going to eat me up?
No, beat you up.
Oh, beat me up. Oh,
Yes.
That's so wild. There's such a lag. I'm seeing it, on YouTube right now, and it lags by about 15 seconds. That's wild. So that was cool. I should add pictures and stuff like that to this too, just like flash pictures. I can't wait until I edit this thing. Oh, that's crazy. Now, do I look okay? Did I
You
do
do
myself
look
up
good.
well? I do look
Yes.
good. I look sneezy.
You look like an author.
Well, this is how I normally look.
I know. It's because you're an author, so you always look like an author.
Ah, good point. Very, very good point. Oh, I love how it, switches the camera to everyone who talks. Oh, it's so good to, test this out. I wish I had more people show up.
I know.
But yep, you are my #1 fan, I'm telling you.
Always will be. What was that look?
What was what look?
The look you just had.
I don't know. I have no idea. Aren't you pretty?
Thank you.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
Wow, that is freaky, man. I can't believe I can broadcast live now. I figured out how to do it about an hour before the meeting. I can broadcast anything live now. I could, do a Google Plus Hangout and it shows up right on YouTube
Wow,
on the profile. So you're on
that's
my
awesome.
YouTube now.
Great, thank you.
It's so weird seeing me talk like that, like 15-second lag on the computer screen. That's just weird. God, that's strange. It's like I'm looking into the future or the past. I don't know. Makes no sense. Maybe I can talk about, the characters in the books, going in time travel. No, that's way too. I can't do that. That would just be a mess.
You really only talked about Alexandria. What about some of your other characters out of your first book?
Okay, she's the main character, but there are others. She's got some comrades, on her side. There is an Asian assassin, well, used to be assassin, who then joined the Hunters and became inaugurated into the guild, if you will. And his name is Kyan. He was born in Japan on the island of Hokkaido, and he met Alexandra and the other team, when he was a teenager. Trained more in the arts of combat and martial arts, and he became a part of the team and hunted vampires for years, including other evil beings. He's basically Alexandra's right-hand man. He's the one that she can always count on, and he can always count on her. They have a relatively platonic relationship, but there may be something hidden underneath all of that. And he's very mysterious. He's very silent. When he talks, he's got a lot of important things to say, but it's only if there's something important for him to say. And their liaison with the Vatican is one Cardinal Felix, who, whenever the Vatican has issues that they need resolved, whether it's demonic possession or some type of vampire who's going rogue, they contact Alexandra and her team. He is their liaison, Cardinal Felix is, very much like a monk, but he is a Spaniard, and he doesn't get involved with the real gritty work that they do. He is not that type of person or priest even. He's not on the field. He's simply the liaison. For the first book, that's just about it. And there's Cain. We won't say much about Cain, but you will see him in the book, closer to the end. The two vampires, who hunt him down, and also hunt the book down, are Mason Richter and Nicholas Stahl. Nicholas Stahl is a Russian. Mason Richter is just a vampire who lives in Los Angeles, just living, the life, being debaucherous and being a scum. That's what Mason Richter is. Fortunately, the book falls in the hands of just one, college kid, in Chicago, Illinois, who's actually a youth pastor for a church. And his name is Marcus Brennan. He becomes embroiled in the whole, issue of this book, not knowing what's going on until, vampires start hunting him down, and he can't figure out why. He actually obtains the book from a theologian by the name of Theodore Strang, who he then finds out used to be a hunter. Lucky him. Alexander finds him, saves his skin, thankfully, from all the horrible creatures, that for some reason are hunting him down. And that basically is the crux of the entire plot. So those are your characters: Marcus, Cayenne, Mason Richter, Nicholas Stahl, Theodore Strang, Cardinal Felix, and of course Alexander Glade. They all become intertwined in this plot to end mankind or save it. It's my labor of love. It's my joy as a novelist. And I will be working on book 4 very soon. And in case any of you are wondering if you're watching or you're going to be watching this later, um, thankfully, my wife is the sole breadwinner of the entire Google Plus Hangout. Of course, she's already read all 3 books. But aside from a free copy given to anyone who attends, I was going to give a teaser of book 2. Of course, my wife has already read book 2. But hopefully I can do this again because I know that lots of people, were unavailable. Lots of people actually wanted to do it. Lots of people wanted to just chime in, have questions, maybe even chat. Some people just, weren't going to be available. So if possible, if I can, I will do this again. We will see. But until then, you know who I am. This is me. So I think we can call it good because it's almost 12:45. I got to get back to work. So I love you all from the darkest depths of hell and the shadows. And you will
Do what?
You will be all seeing me again. Is that right, my fair lady?
Yes, most definitely.
Very good. You stay pretty. That pretty smile. And get better because I know you have a cold.
Yes. All right, get back to work.
I shall.